my coworker carries from the gear.
Yep.
Welcome everyone
I'm
to the Gone Wild live stream.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gone Wild live stream. I'm here with Bud Soda. I tried to catch a mid-sentence again. It did not work out in my favor for me, which is concerning, but nevertheless, guys, let us know where you are watching from. We got the live going on Rumble and on YouTube. I still got to figure out how to sync TikTok because I know there's a way to do it. I just haven't figured it out. Um, oh no, is that no? That's not what I think it is. All right.
So Joe's computer decided to update right before the live stream. We thought it was going to be down for an hour.
It like literally 10 minutes before the live stream was kicking off, we had I was sending Bud Soda photos of my computer updating as soon as we got the live stream up, which is insane because I ran late every day at this point. Like I'm running late now. Hang on. I'm still trying to get some clips from my TikTok that I've been trying to send to myself here. But like I've been trying to get all of these videos ready to go for today. Ooh,
Oh, we got a viewer. Hey, DKAK, nice to see from you.
Yay, TK Kearney, thank you for joining us. I'm actually doing some remote work in Texas, actually. Hope you're doing well. I'm just setting up the live stream now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna force Bud to be a not so legal advisor here and read the that's not the right one.
Oh, not that one. Not that one.
One of these. There you go.
Disclaimer: the content of this video does not contain is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This live stream is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult with qualified professional for applying anything you find online. Market to market, case by case. So what may apply in Texas may not apply to you, neither, or my market in northern New York or Joe's market in southern Florida. So do your research, vet things. This is just a discussion show, guys.
Perfect. Let me take that down. I'm still trying to lock things in. Why don't you for the day? I don't know if you heard. I'm on TikTok sending all the favorite. Okay, there we go. That should be enough.
Last week we had something ready to go, and we never got around to pre-recording it because that was going to be what we could have just in case of an emergency. But
hey, you know what? Mr. Backsass over here.
I'm not backsassing.
Like Mr. Backsass, Mr. should have been just for emergencies, Mr. John, Mr. You. You may say what you wish.
I think it went really, really well. Like
I was gonna say that was an awesome live stream, and I wish we could have done more of that. I feel like maybe that is the direction we go. We make this more reaction content, and that's gonna be the channel. But hey, you know what? If you want to sass me,
we'll the algo loves it. I know that much. David, what's this chat about? We're gigs. We talk about gig work and related fields. So basically, yeah, you get your DoorDash, Uber Eats, your Grubhubs, your Instacarts, but we talk about a lot of different things. Last week we were talking about a scam bait channel that the oldest trick in the book is to give out that.
And he froze up. David, thank you for joining us. So we talk a lot about all things involving the gig economy, whether that's your standard food delivery or some sort of courier work or some sort of just like other things within the service industry, home service industry, etc. Um, is he like they're finally unfrozen? So if that is something you would find valuable, feel free to stick around. Otherwise, hey, you're still free to listen in. We're always here to have people around. Uh, Ali Al Abdi, thank you for joining us. I
You're
really
the
appreciate
best. Thank you. Yeah, we shouted you out. No problem. We tried.
Is any more freeze weather on the way? Will the app shut down again? Well, first off, little Miss Texas over here, your definition of cold weather is just below 70. And this is
Well, they did
coming
get that
from
nasty one last spring. It shut the whole state down.
no. This is coming from the Floridian. So I get to where the New Yorker doesn't get to do that anymore. I'm the New Yorker and the Floridian, so I get to sass her because I've been on all sides.
Want to go work outside negative 20 wind chill? Hi.
Yeah, hi. I know you're here. I am going to make this point because I feel like this is a point that is not properly defended. So there are so many people in Florida, in Texas, and they say that under 60, like under 70 is like super cold weather, and then everybody from the north makes fun of them. But the problem is that we don't have the infrastructures to handle cold weather, or cold weather as you guys put it. And you know what? I'm starting to realize that because when the cold weather here was in the 40s, because the buildings here aren't built to handle colder weather, or more appropriately, the systems that would be able to handle the colder weather haven't been used in fucking years. Fucking years. I tried to turn on the central heat today, and you want to know what happened? It set off the smoke alarms in my freaking unit, and it was like it turned on because it was like everything that was on the heating system suddenly like all that lint and all that dust and crap suddenly started catching fire a little bit. Not be like no damage, by the way, but I turned it off right away. And there was this lingering smoke smell after I tried to turn it on for 2 seconds. Ooh. So, and then there are people who are like, I remember going to the dentist because my crown fell out again. Oof. And the girl there lit a candle like one of these, but with actual wax in it, and was warming herself up with that. And not to mention, our like Floridians' blood is thinner since we've been here longer. I've lost weight moving to Florida because of just the change in my physique from the amount of blood I ended up thinning. I just putting that out there. So the next time someone bitches at you as a Floridian, like, or from Texas, crying about cold weather, don't think their experience is different from, don't think their experience is all that different from yours. Well, it is different, but at the same time, it doesn't make it less real. No more sassing me.
A heater had dust bunnies, she said.
Please give me a shout. Yeah, you got your shout. Interesting. Yes, it is. Hey, Yankee in Florida. Are you a Yankee fan or a Mets fan? Or
he's from the north, he's saying. That's what
Florida's called. What he said. He said Yankee, so therefore he's probably talking about New York Yankees, right? I thought so.
I hated being called that down there.
You. Just you and your beard. That heater had dust bunnies. Yep, glad he had no damage. No damage. Just I turned it on. I immediately turned it off as soon as the smoke started like becoming what's the word for that? Like the aroma of
Permeated.
yeah, permeated. Thank you. I know words, I promise.
Usually your vocabulary is better than mine.
Yeah, well, my vocabulary is too busy bitching about the fact that you were sassing me for the past 20 minutes. It's only been a
Sorry.
10-minute stream. How do you sass me for 20 minutes?
Well, I'm only saying that because what I've been working in has been complete hell. Like
Oh, I'm not
they
saying
say
you're
hell freezes over. It's not that can be a bad thing.
I'm just like here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I think that this is what most people are missing, at least in my opinion. You say it's oh, that's a different thing. That's for a different project. You know what? I do want to go over it actually. That is a fun little thing we can go over.
Yeah, Joe's
But
doing it on the fly today because he's running behind, guys. So just
Joe
bear
is
with us.
always behind. Joe is making it work while talking incessantly about things that seem to make sense and doesn't. That's
If
how
there's
we
dust
make
bunnies on the
good.
heater here, I just let it burn and it'll smoke off. Just keep an eye on it. It'll be
Oh,
fine.
yeah, just let it smoke off. Let the smoke alarms go and your house burn down. Oh, calm down.
Well, this little
That's another
monitor over here
That's another
hasn't
thing.
been ran.
That's another
What?
thing. This is a condo. I can't afford to burn my neighbor's units by trying to burn off the dust bunnies. Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Bud Soda.
Yeah, that monitor right there hadn't been ran in a long time, and like he cranked it in October, and I was just here that day. He happened to turn it on, and woo, yeah, it smoked a little bit, stunk like heck. It is definitely dust bunny. It hadn't been ran in a long time because like before, they had this unit like they had the water all shut off. They had this basically cold like the garage is. He wants to take the propane and run it to the garage too to run heat in there. Whew. I'm like, just get another monitor like this one, or like one of those units, like the older school units. It's just a pilot light running all the time. You turn it off season.
Why am I not able to bring that one up? All right. Well, we got two. Oh, who sassed me? The schools were closed at 19 degrees here on our cold snap. We like not me specifically, but Miami closed, and I think it was like in the 40s. So, I don't know. Like maybe that says something about the state of our country right now. But
Negative 19. I was out working in, so yeah. I'd take your 19 degrees.
again,
That's good working weather for winter.
That's good working weather for winter.
Well, it's not warm enough to where the snow starts melting, and it's like not horribly cold. As long as that wind stays away, it's like manageable because you can just add and remove layers as you need.
Yeah. All right, so we can work with these three. All right. I do not want to put that one up. All right, why don't we start here? I think we didn't do a couple of these already. Loading.
Yo, Lisa, the schools didn't close here. They did when we had 12 feet of snow. Yeah. That
Well,
sounds like
all,
dude.
Lisa, thank you for joining us. You gotta tell her thank you.
I appreciate you as always, Lisa. You know that. Thank you.
Did we do this one? If not, then just let's react.
Okay, these are things that I just will not do as a delivery driver. If you live in a state where it snows, and it does indeed snow, if you're expecting a delivery, I expect your sidewalk to be clear, and driveway as well. I'm not going to sit here and trudge through knee-high snow to get to your front door. I'm not going to risk slipping and falling and then not being able to work. I'm not taking your entire grocery order upstairs if it's more than 2 trips. I'm sorry, but I get paid per drive. My job is to go to the store, pick your order up, deliver it to the door. If you live in an apartment and you're on the 4th floor and there's no elevator or whatever the case is, I'm not delivering all your stuff up there. You can come grab it. If I was being paid hourly, that would be different. But I'm not paid to sit here and take every single item up to your 4th floor apartment. Now, a lot of people are going to give me a lot of hate for this, but I'm sorry. When it comes to elderly people, and when I do deliver to elderly people, most of the time, they are in a assisted living facility or a nursing home, and there is staff there that can help take items to their door. That is what I expect. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a monster. There are some occasions where I will make exceptions, but if it's, again, a lot of stuff, chances are I'm not going to sit there and deliver it to that person's room. I'm not entering your home. I actually had somebody last week that was like, oh, can you put my items on the table for me in the kitchen? And I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And they were like, oh, well, every other driver does it. I'm sorry, but I just don't feel comfortable going into people's homes as a 4'11", 120-pound woman. And you shouldn't either. I understand that we are accepting a certain job, and I do get that, but we are also people. So also being mindful and respectful of your delivery drivers is just common courtesy and basic human respect. And it always seems like it's the people that don't tip that want us to do the most amount of work. So if you do want somebody to go above and beyond, maybe you should tip.
I don't much what.
Okay. Why
So
don't we go through this point by point? Because I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that
The-
were said
let's-
there. That
the
we'll
first
both
point
have
was about being shoveled and all that. It's like, okay, there is a difference between, let's say you're doing a package route and or you're not home but you ordered groceries to get there before you and it snowed in between when you left for work to versus when you're going to get home. There's not much you could do. Put some, get some boots. You could buy those little cleat things from like Tractor Supply and put them on the bottom of your boots. They're pretty nice actually. And all that's a write-off, by the way, for gig workers. Like if you have to buy it to do our job, boom, that's a write-off. So it's kind of no excuses. Just be prepared. And I've seen a lot of people whining and complaining on almost freaking every single one I'm on, especially Spark. Because Lisa's commenting, oh, must be nice. The Lisa goes out there and does it anyway. And I know she doesn't have the greatest leg. Like she hurt her leg years ago and she can't even get around that well, and she still does it. So it's like a young, able-bodied woman like that should be able to. But go ahead.
I get her point about customers should be taking care of their property in order to receive deliveries. Like that's factually accurate, not even from just a delivery standpoint, but from a legal standpoint. Like if they slip and fall, who's going to get sued at the end of the day? I'll give you a hint. It's the person who owns the property. And
Yeah,
whether
right.
that's the person, like if you're renting, maybe that doesn't mean much to you. But then you know what's going to happen is that that driver or the company that they're working with is going to start flagging that shit. And they're going to start to change their perspective. So I do understand her point with that. However, there is a difference between I did not shovel and I did not have a chance to shovel yet. And maybe that's the difference. Like maybe there needs to be a different level of courtesy for people who like it just started snowing pretty hard. It's been snowing pretty hard. And maybe there's different weather precautions with that because like people need to take care of their properties. Like you can't simply say, "Oh, they did like it's our work," and suddenly that justifies the poor behavior of the customer. Like there needs to be a point to be said, like, "Hey, you need to make sure your property's taken care of. You need to make sure your shit's all in a row. Your dog needs to be inside. The crap on your porch needs to not be in the way. There can't be any hazards. Is the porch like have a slightly lifted, like, does the porch actually support human beings walking on it? Or is it like broken in some areas to where if they take a wrong
Yeah,
step they fall on your property and suddenly you're at fault, like you're at fault for whatever medical damages will end up there. I really hope you're insured.
yeah. I seen some ones that were like really nasty, bad, icy steps, and the person openly complained in their comments. My last few delivery drivers haven't placed it on my porch. Make absolutely sure it gets up on my porch by my door. And here's the picture of it, and you can tell it's been caked that way for weeks. Like
Yeah.
no attempt to even try to even break it up, put some salt, sand, something down.
Yeah.
Like an old school trick we used to do is we burnt wood. You put ashes, and that gives you a pretty good grip even on ice. But it's like no attempt whatsoever for traction. So like there are some negligent people out there, and then they act like that. Like no, that's wrong. But I think like I've also had drivers by ourselves, and obviously if you just follow very simple instructions, you get a post tip. Just use your hot bag, take a picture, and we're happy. And we'd have our walk shovel to turn the yard light on, and these people would still just chuck it into a random snowbank, like not even near our door a lot of times. And here's our food ice cold and price. It's fast food, so I don't expect the French fries to be the greatest, but that they're rock hard ice cold. Come on, like have some basic dignity, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah, like I said, there's a very big difference between driver negligence and homeowner negligence. And I'm glad that that's differentiated. What was the next point that where
Oh lordy.
I was going into the person's home, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a big contentious point. The Spark groups, especially, it's in the Spark TOS that you can't take pictures of the interior home. You are not to enter at all. Some of the apps have some policies saying you shouldn't, but like usually when you turn off the app, there's no way for them to like report it. But like Walmart Spark is, and I know Walmart clientele. So I guess there's been people. I was going on the comment thread on one of them today. There's been people reporting it, asked for the help to get it inside, so the person completed the order, turned off the app, and went and did it for them, and they still reported them for being inside the house. Or people pop their head out, start grabbing the groceries before you could take your picture. Oh, you took a picture of the customer in the interior of the home. Like, what? Like, okay, when you sign up for a delivery service, like, is it in most of these delivery apps that taking a picture is part of the process? You can get to that. You consent to that just by signing, like, agreeing to get delivery. Like, we can't do our job without taking a photo. Come on, guys. Okay, Walmart Spark. Okay, I guess you can sign for it, but most people just have it. Let's leave it door, and I just think it's frustrating because people get deactivated over it. Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. It must be nice, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
Hold on, let me ban this guy for his shit. But yeah, that's a big deal, especially with people like delivering groceries and stuff. First off, some of these apps don't even let you. Number two, there's been. Do you know how many safety issues have already been reported with people going into their homes or people like reporting that they are a woman and the guy was getting flirtatious or whatever that would be. And yeah, a lot of them are nonsense and a lot of them are attention grabby. But I do respect somebody just saying, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable delivering it into your home." And when somebody says, "Oh, well,
Oh, well, all the other drivers don't have a problem with it.
yeah, well, that's not, well, that person isn't, and they are perfectly okay with that." I am personally fine with it because I am perfectly capable of handling myself. I'm not gonna show that. But if in the like have tools available to protect yourself if you need to. I obviously don't flaunt it. Don't be like, like if you touch me, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. But just make sure that if you need to be able to defend yourself, you can. And quite frankly, you should be like 99% of the time, you're going to be fine. It's the 1% that gets loud and is a huge problem. Um, but again, yeah,
Yeah,
you also have the scammy customers who are trying to get a free refund, and suddenly you took a picture of the customer and they bitched about it, or you entered their home as per their request, but they bitched about it saying they didn't, and they get a refund, and then suddenly you're the one on the hook for that.
yeah. The fact that AI should read their instructions, and a lot of their instructions on the actual Spark app say, "Please come into my home and do this." Heck, I've seen some on Spark and Instacart and DoorDash. They'll say, "Oh, my hidden key is here. Please put my groceries up here, or put stuff, refrigerated stuff, in the fridge at least." It's like, you people are wilding for like telling people where your hidden key is, and letting just a stranger into your home. Because some of these dashies aren't, and drivers aren't in the up and up. But at the same time, it's like if you're an able-bodied person, I'm not going to be going in your home and like putting all the groceries on the table for you. Now, if you're a sweet little old lady or a little grandpa, yeah, fine, I'll be nice and help you. Like, I've had a couple of them like, give me a baggie change, give me a 5 or whatever, for like being so nice and helping them. And I try to just calmly explain. I'm like, "Oh, AI, I have to take a photo. Please close your door. And, I don't want you in the photo. I just need a picture of the house." Because the AI does respond that the house is in the background. Like, Rhodey especially, like, will freak out sometimes if they can't see, like, a structure. And I've had the ones where I took a picture of the yacht and the person had it in their hand. You can see it in their hand. They're like, "There's no house in the background. I can't accept that." And they tried for hours to call this person to freaking fill out the order. So I couldn't freaking even use the app. I was livid. And they're like, "Dude, why were you guys blowing me up?" Like, they left them like a million voicemails and some crap. They're like, "Why were they blowing me up so hard, dude? See, I got the item." I'm like, that's just the way their algorithm works and the way their support structure works. Like, their AI wants to see a building in the background. So I guess I should have went up to this little booth and made it pretend to be a house. Oh man, it was at the Baseball Hall of Fame. They were ordering a bunch of crap from Home Depot.
That's funny, actually.
Yeah.
But going back to your point about bringing groceries in the house, like
Mhm.
like there is a service, or not a service, but something that Rideshare Rodeo brought up in that interview with Delivered or
Mhm.
Expedite. And you know what? This is something that I thought was actually a decent idea. Not the best idea, but I thought it was a decent idea, especially for somebody who's looking for bigger orders with bigger payouts. And that's something you could upcharge for. If you want to book an Airbnb and you want to make sure that you're having everything delivered to the house, right? Especially since you don't know the area or anything like that, but you want to have an Airbnb, like you're going to order groceries or whatever that looks like. One of the things that you could do, like one of the service ideas that Rideshare Rodeo was thinking of, is partnering with Airbnb owners, and when they need to like order groceries, they can have an upcharge on those said groceries, and they can have it delivered to the house, and that is booked for the Airbnb. And by the time they arrive to the booked Airbnb, all of their groceries are in the fridge. They're like all set up in the home or whatever unit they decide to use. And they are basically they don't have to spend hours trying to get everything from a local Target or whatever the brand of grocery store happens to be there. And they could just literally just walk in, here's everything, have a great day, and everything's all set up for them. That's not a bad idea, actually speaking.
I mean,
The
that'd be kind of nice if like we didn't have to go grocery shopping after, like, because leave early for work, and we just stayed in Airbnb, and we're gonna do it again because it's nice having like you're not eating on a bed or at a desk or something.
right?
You feel like a civilized human sitting at a table cooking on the stove, and it was very nice. It'd be really kind of cool to have groceries come in and already be there. We already got our meals planned out, and we say, okay, we just want this and this and this. Yeah, I don't care about the delivery fee, and if whatever, I throw them a 20% tip on top because I'm generous. But, like, I'd have those guys cover that portion, and I cover the extra tip part, and because I'm just like that. So, but like that would be really sick to have. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, the only challenge with that would be is if they need to, scan ID for like alcohol orders, but then at that point just don't order alcohol ahead of time. Like make sure that you leave like a pamphlet of like local liquor places that you could pick up from. But other than that, like that was a solid idea. And you know what? Not a bad way to actually expand your grocery delivery opportunities, I guess. Like, or if you're an Airbnb owner and that's one of the services you want to have as an add-on is saying, hey, if you want, we can have a certain amount of groceries delivered to your home. What do you got? Well, to the Airbnb during like before you arrive there, what would you like? That could just
Well,
be
if it's a private contract versus on these apps that they offer as an add-on, you could pre-upload your driver's license and your ID and just say, "Hey, I'm old enough. Let me order it," and
yeah,
just have
but
it there already. Because that's what the rich people. That's what rich people do.
yeah, but that question would be how far are you pushing the quote unquote legal boundary with that? Like I know
Yeah.
that you're not going to actually have that issue, but if there is an issue, you don't want to do that, and then you find out later that they weren't actually booking for themselves; they were booking for their 16-year-old daughter's sweet 16 party, and I guess we forgot to
Ordered
mention.
a bunch of wine coolers and Smirnoff, yeah, or White Claw, whatever the kids like these days.
But that's it's an idea for a service that I think would be valuable, especially for people who are really pressing into the like vacation stay aspect of some of these like stays. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think. I just saw a news article this week. Like, they were upset because the kids rented out the Airbnb, and well, the neighbors got offended that they like saw a beer pong table from the outside in the daylight, and like they had like multiple games set up like inside and outside, and not just Beirut or beer pong, but like other games, other drinking games too. I mean, we were all kids once, and it's like, well, sounds like to me that like, yeah, they shouldn't have been doing that, but like they rented an Airbnb, passed out there, didn't drive drunk, and everyone got home safe. But they didn't do such a good job at hiding their mess. They didn't clean it up. So, like, obviously, whoever rented it got charged that nasty, cleanup fee.
Yeah. So that's a different conversation, and that's
Yeah.
like that's when you start to have the question of, okay, now we're talking about cleanup fees and everything else. And that, like, maybe that's a point too. Like, you need to be mindful of your clientele, but that's again, we're on a different subject at that point.
So
What was what was the final point of this chick? It was not entering the home, not dealing with the unshoveled snow.
oh lordy. She's talking about like elderly residents and going into homes and stuff. She said she just wants to hand it off to staff and not have to deal with it. Because, like, okay, that can be nice. Like, sometimes you could just walk up the front desk. Oh, we'll get
Okay,
it to
these are
them.
things that I just will not do as a delivery driver. If you live in a state where it snows, and it does indeed snow, if you're expecting a delivery, I expect your sidewalk to be clear, and driveway as well. I'm not going to sit here and trudge through knee-high snow to get to your front door. I'm not going to risk slipping and falling and then not being able to work. I'm not taking your entire grocery order upstairs if it's more than 2 trips.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I get paid.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. So
It's kind of the same subject as the elderly home. Like, you don't want to have to, like, go out of your way to actually deliver the order. I think that's very lazy and entitled of her. I'm just sorry. You accept the order in most of these apps. Like, you can see it's an apartment building now. It says
depending
apartment.
on which one.
So it's like,
Depending on
okay, you
work
accepted it. Complete the
does-
order, and if you don't like it, you can mark that little address down, and you never go back to it. You know, because like I know a lot of people on the 4th floor like to order 10 cases of water or something crazy. Like, you did accept the contract, you complete it. Stop being entitled and do your job. Like, I'm sorry, that's the contract you accepted. Complete it.
Mm, almost 100% on your side with that. I don't know if it's entitled or if it's just uneducated. Again, not like I guess you could call it entitled. I feel like the people who, or more appropriately, it's
That's not saying the person ordering 10 cases on a 4th floor isn't acting entitled either.
what I'm
But
saying
it goes both ways. It's a two-way street.
what I'm saying is the point, like, I feel like some people hear the term independent contractor and think that they could just treat people any way they want to, and they could kind of use that as a fallback term. And it's under the guise of, oh, I'm an independent contractor, I could do what I want. And factually
I see
speaking,
your comment
that's
on it.
not accurate. Like, you still said you were going to do it. And regardless of what you found out later, and yeah, maybe that's something you need to pick up on later. Maybe that is like, hey, if you go into an apartment building, you go into these areas, there is a chance that you're going up multiple floors and there's no elevator, or you just have to leave, or maybe it is something that is wildly out of control. Like, yeah, the 4th floor thing, yes, but let's say going up 10 floors and the one elevator that is supposedly supposed to work is out of order. Now what? Now you're just gonna hope to God that you could like find the proper staircase to bring it up. And meanwhile, it is 10 cases of water. No, I'll leave that in the lobby.
Yeah, so I've had that happen.
Circumstances to where I'm just like, look, I can't, like, this is not something that is a reasonable expectation of the contract. But a 4th floor staircase, like, walk up, that's always been a walk up. Okay, you asked for it. Yeah, you accepted the contract. So there you go.
I will. Okay, I'll make the counter argument here. This is stuff I've honestly done. How many times have we been to a gated one that needs a code or they need to buzz you in, and you can't get any response, and you don't know the code? So you start ringing their neighbors or something. No, we can't let you in, but they'll let the real scammer in, mind you. Like, I just guess I can't convince people like that. But like, I went to this, basically it's like a retirement kind of community, not exactly assisted living, but it's kind of support structure for older people. And none of their neighbors, oh yeah, I know who that is. He orders Walmart all the time. And I couldn't get a hold of this guy. One of them told me he was at bingo. Like, okay. I'm like, it's too late to return it to the store. This is like end of the night, past 9 p.m. So like, it closes at 10. I'm like, I can't return this stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to be a jerk and take the picture and leave it right in the vestibule. And I sent him a lengthy message saying I did that if he'll even read the text messages.
Yep.
And I didn't get a non-report of non-delivered, so he must have grabbed it on his way in. But like, I felt like an a-hole doing it. But I don't know how many times I've been on package routes. I can't get in at all, and I have to leave the package there. It's usually something tiny, but like, it's still like I feel like a jerk.
Yeah, there's a difference between okay, you have to do it, and then people saying that out of spite. Like, I don't think like if you are making a reasonable effort, I think it's fine to just be like, look, I did my best. I tried contacting you. You chose not to answer me, whether it's by circumstance or otherwise. But I can't keep everybody else waiting because you have to be an asshole. Here's a
Yeah.
picture. Hey. Now, like you say you feel bad and you feel like an asshole doing it. I would argue that he was an asshole for ghosting you. Like at that
Yeah.
point, like
Well,
if you know you have something coming, you have packages coming, you have food coming, you have groceries coming, you know you have objects of some sort that you prompted to come to your home, you need to be available to receive them one way or another.
yeah,
Obviously, there's extenuating circumstances. You're at work, you're there, you're this, you're that, and you can't be expected to pick up the phone all the time. Fine. But then set us up in a way that can actually get the job done because I can't stand here waiting for you to be useful.
yeah. Like, package, I kind of understand. People have jobs and stuff. They're at work. That's fine. They're gone for the day. But like, I saw one apartment building on an Amazon Flex one where it said, um, specifically Amazon, don't be rude and inconsiderate. No deliveries between the times of 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. So it's like, okay, so they must apply, like, it kind of implied other deliveries too. So I'm just paraphrasing. So I'm like, okay, I can't order DoorDash if I get the midnight munchies. Like, it's like, what the hell? I wouldn't want to live there. But like, I guess on Amazon, you have to specifically, like, you specifically request the time you'd prefer it. For the ones that do deliver via Flex or DSPs or in house. But like, come on, like, why? Just you specifically request that time. Okay, then I'm gonna drop it right below that sign because I can't get in this building, and the sign is literally like in their little locked up vestibule place. But should we go over some comments here? Because I know we got a lot.
The only thing she got right was the no tippers. Yeah, I think everybody and their mother at this point knows that the people who tip the least expect the most. And you shouldn't be whether you're a gig worker or a platform, you shouldn't be gearing your platform to accommodate the worst part of your customer base. I have a regular customer who's a quadriplegic. I have to place his orders in his home. Okay, that's a different conversation. That is the difference between someone who chooses to be lazy and inconsiderate to somebody who is physically incapable. And if you choose to be if you are a quadriplegic and you need to actually have somebody assist you in that way, fine. But also be respectful to the people who are delivering for you. I find that the most handicapped people whether they can tip or not, are also some of the most, decent human beings. And some of them suck. Like some of them like hate the world, but nine
Yeah,
times
so
out
would
of
you react to one of those ladies?
yes, the blind chick or the blind chick. The legally blind chick. I like the person who just wants to get attention and bitch about how she hates DoorDash and Uber drivers. Like that is her entire life story. But regardless, I've been delivering in 4 feet of snow for the past 2 days. Yeah, you like it's true
Yeah,
that we.
we've been getting a lot of lake effect.
Mhm.
If Swigo gets freaking killed on no. Hey, Agent Life Group, thank you for joining us.
Agent Life Media Group, thank you for joining us on Rumble. If this is a stream on both YouTube and Rumble. Someone in my Discord got hurt the other day delivering a Spark order. We are independent contractors. We can try to sue, but good luck. It's also like, yes, you can, especially for personal injury, but yeah, there is going to be a point.
The app ain't gonna give you the details. They protect customer information at all costs.
This is why I'm also an advocate for getting dash cams and body cams. Obviously, that's also the content creator side of me, but there's also the point of, hey, this is your safety that we're talking about. Like the other day, I just delivered an order to somebody who had a dog that ran out of their home with a cone on their head, and I don't think they bit me, but I could tell their teeth grinded against my knee. And I'm here like, that dog has a cone on his head. That means they're trying to prevent him from scratching something or itching something.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have rabies or something? Am I gonna start foaming at the mouth? No, it's not happening, but
You probably
that's
just got neutered, but
what if I decided to go to the police, file a report, go to my attorney and say something and say, I want that dog put down? I have the legal right to do that. Am I going to? No, the dog didn't do any harm to me.
just be
But
the dog, yeah.
yeah. If you need to track good or bad customers or leave Yak. Okay.
Yeah. Gary Middleton created that app for free out of his own personal time of coding for everyone to use. So, like you can say they're mainly they use it for tip baiting, but also if there's like constant bad interactions, you could put that in there. I had a lady she'd always tip at least 20%, unless it was like through Roadie for a Walmart.com order, and she would be miserable about it. Like she's like, I don't know why I gotta give you my ID. I upload it through the app. I'm like, yes, it's double verification, ma'am. I have to scan it. Well, I'm more than old enough. Isn't that obvious? I got gray streaks in my hair. Yes, ma'am. I understand that, but it's 100%. I can't just bypass it. Ugh, she was awful. I kept getting her on Uber Eats. I kept knocking her over to Uber Eats. So it's like the pay's too good to ignore. It's like $38 or something crazy for a single order.
Why did customers disappear? They know they ordered and it is on the way.
Oh, I hate that. Like, especially if it's like on demand. If it's on demand, that really irritates me. Like, I kind of get it with groceries. At least most of that is somewhat scheduled. And they just, they order through an app for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the lady I had last night, she's like, oh, my God, you were so responsive and thankful. Hopefully she's watching. Hi. I told her about the channel. But she's like, oh, she's like, you were the most responsive person I've ever had when I did a shop. She's like, I usually don't like doing shops because people just ghost me. I'm like, well, honey, what I do is pick the obvious substitution. If there's no obvious substitution, just refund it. But these apps don't like you refunding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And 99% of the time that works for me. You get the occasional Karen and then you just block them, or they self-block by 1-starring you. You never got to deal with them again. The trash took itself out.
Yep.
Smart Karens, unfortunately, rate 2 or 3 stars because they figured out that, I have a hard time getting drivers when you 1-star too many people blanket, and they have to wait for newbies to come on.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad that there are apps coming out that literally, or more appropriately, been out, but maybe not being as well known. But known throughout the gig community, but not like super well known. That
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know about like utility apps. Like Gary's, like Yak is the free one, for example, but there's stuff like Driver's Utility Helper and Maximo. I mean, okay, you're getting some free advertisement here, but like it does really, really help with gig work, and that is also a write-off, and people have no idea about that. Just like the actual sponsor of the show, Mile IQ. If you guys don't have a mileage tracking app yet, what are you doing? Why don't you have one? Go ahead.
Yeah, they're not a sponsor, but they are an affiliate, and the link is in the description, or you could scan the QR code in the corner, and you can access your my link on that. MileIQ is the #1 mileage tracking app in the Google and Apple store, Google Play and Apple store. They track miles automatically, easily classify your drives. You can name certain locations, and after using it more often, it actually auto classifies drives for you, making your tax season every year much easier to deal with, and saving you a lot of time during the year. So if you guys are still not tracking your mileage, what are you doing? Those DoorDash summaries, I just made a video on it. They're almost always off. They don't track everything the way it's supposed to. Or if you're multi-apping, you absolutely should regardless. Download MileIQ and start saving money on your tax season every year. A couple of bucks a month is going to save you thousands during the year, and not to mention time.
So speaking of taxes there,
Yep. And
We
if
got-
you guys are looking for a qualified tax professional service, we have Gig Tax available to serve you guys with full service tax preparation starting at just $99. You can access you guys can work with Joseph Mayo, who is a seasoned gig worker with over 7,000 deliveries across 7 platforms since 2020, and is very well versed in what we do. Feel free to reach out to him through gigtaxservice.com/drivenwild. Use wild in lowercase letters to access a special offering. And yeah, that is our and if you guys are investing in crypto, I don't have a card for it, but feel free to use our other affiliate sponsor, Coin Tracker, which can help you save huge amounts of money and time by tracking your taxable events for your crypto transactions. Again, the link to that is also going to be in the description. I don't know if that one's in the description, but it's in the QR code link that is there. So, or bio at bio.drivenwild.com.
that way.
But
yeah.
That way.
Yeah, you pointed the wrong direction.
There you go. It's one of those ways. Regardless, feel free to access those benefits and save the most amount of money on your taxes this year and for all years to come.
Yeah. So, wow, I can't believe we got so much content out of that one little short there. Wow.
Yeah. That was a good lineup. That was a really good short, and I think that is we even got all of our plugs in, which means I still have that. I have those photos here. That's good to know. But yeah, that is the majority of the things we have to do.
Okay, these are things.
You mute us? You muted us. You're muted.
If you guys want to catch the live stream replays or the clips associated with the Gone Wild live stream, you can access them in one of two ways. First of all, you can check out our other channel, the Gone Wild Live Clips and Podcast, where we take all the live streams we hold on Thursdays at 9 p.m., cut them down to more digestible clips, and have them posted there. And to our Patreon, where our full length live stream replays are available there, since a lot of the shorts that we are currently like going over end up taking the full stream. We end up like you can like we can't really cut them up, so you could post them up here. You can become a live Patreon member and access the live streams from there, as well as other free resources and exclusive clips that we cannot post on YouTube because YouTube doesn't monetize everything anymore. So once
And you
again,
know a lot of it's totally fair use.
yeah. And once again, those are all like we can if you guys want to see any of the other benefits or things that are happening with Driven Wild, feel free to check it out. Feel free to check out drivenwild.com and see what
Yeah,
else.
he's got tip verification live, guys, for Educator orders. So definitely go check that out. That's
Guys are
stuff that I
taking-
know gig workers been looking for years. So just all you got to do is plug your information in, and it's simple as that. It's not very hard at all.
Yeah, hang on, let me pull it up really quick.
Yeah. Yeah, this is something he worked on like out of passion because he was trying to do it with the RMDA and they decided not to go for it. And he just went forward with it anyway.
We're still in like they're being kind of annoying about it. Like we have the EasyCater tip verification form. This form is part of like this is where we are trying to compile all of the tips that are being like all the payouts that people are receiving and try to bring transparency to the gig economy, whether that's through the people that are like could be part of our internal governance and transparency program, such as the RMDA chose to decline on, or if we just need to bring this to the regulators on the subject and hopefully bring some real change to the gig economy. This is what we are fighting for. We're trying to bring a more transparent gig economy. This is going to be just one step in a greater cause to bring a more transparent gig economy to the gig workers, of this country, with our like soon to be full transparency hub and otherwise. And that is just one step towards that. Again, the link to that is on our website, drivenwild.com. You can find it under tools and resources. And I think that is everything that we need to go over. We are running it almost perfectly at 1 hour, which is
Nice.
just
So
phenomenal.
I know I don't upload much, but if you guys want to check my channel out, I'm at Bud Soda Stories.
Stuff.
And if you want to donate directly so YouTube don't hog 30% of it, just cash at me at $BudSoda02. We'd be very appreciative of anything. If you guys want to join the Patreon to catch the full lives or the Too Hot for YouTube stuff, Joe's put a lot of stuff up on there, and it'd be great. So definitely check that out, guys. There's some free resources on there too. You don't even have to be a paid member for that. Trying to remember something else, but probably forgetting. But you guys stay warm out there, stay slick, stay safe, don't get hurt out there doing this stuff. Like I said, they sell those cleat things at like Track Supply or Runnings or similar stores. Go look for them to put on the bottom of your boots. They're really nice to have. You can buy the really nice ones for $25, or like there's cheaper ones for like 15. But I recommend just pay the $25, and it's all a tax write-off, guys. So again, gig tax, go check them out. I did like let a local gig worker know because she said she's 2 years back on doing that. So yeah, don't play around with that. He's like, oh, let's just do this year's. I'm like, no, catch up on it all right now. He could probably walk you through it because he's a gig worker. I'm like, I'd probably go with him if I were to go with anybody because she was thinking about going to the big box store. And I'm like, I don't even trust any of these ones that are around me at all.
And there's a lot of people that have been complaining about TurboTax and H&R Block and
Oh,
stuff.
man, they're awful.
Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. And until make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.